So this episode we are discussing about our first trip. Not exactly first trip, but like first trip as a family.
Our first trip to Malaysia with the kids.
With the kids, yeah. After 4 years, since COVID, right?
Yeah, it's the last.
Since just before COVID, we went actually in
last
2019.
country we went to.
Yeah.
Before COVID for Halloween.
With our friends.
Yeah, that was super fun.
Yeah, super
and
fun.
yeah, we love Malaysia because where we studied there. What, 11 years ago?
11 years ago. It was 11 years ago.
11 years ago.
So it was really nice to go back there, and especially Sunway, you know. So that was like the spot that we were in all the time.
That's where our university was. So we just hung out there because KL, Kuala Lumpur, is about an hour away.
Yeah.
So, you know, screw the drive. We used to just hang out at Sunway all the time.
I mean, there's so much to do there. So.
Yeah, exactly. And even this time, I mean, it was just amazing to be back.
Yeah. So day one, getting there. Oh my God.
Yeah, not even getting there. Getting ready to leave. We decided that we need to wake up at 3 a.m.
No, we said 3:30 we were getting up to leave. We had already packed the previous day. Everything was done. All we had to do.
The kids were ready to just get up and go.
And we just needed to change and just leave the house. So 3:30, I think the alarm went off, and our flight was at 6:30, by the way. No, not 6:30, 7. Our flight was at 7, and then we were leaving at 3:30. And then I remember I don't remember, but I think in my sleep I switched off the alarm, and then my driver.
And we were supposed to leave at 4, right?
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
So suddenly she wakes up at 4:15.
Because my driver started banging on the door, like, hello, like bang. I jumped out and I was like, oh my God, well late. It was 4:10.
Yeah, I was in a daze. I was like, oh my God, let's go.
But luckily, like, we got there.
Of course, we always keep some time, you know, for mishaps and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so it wasn't too bad.
It
But
was
we
just,
were obviously rushed and, like, you know, agitated.
And I was thinking, oh my God, did I take everything? But luckily our passports were there and the kids' milk was there. So everything, that was the main thing, and the diapers. But yeah, so then we got to the airport, we chilled there.
Yeah, it was pretty
nice,
easy going through with the kids.
The kids were the kids were fully awake at that time.
Seth was a little cranky, obviously.
Yeah, he was a bit cranky.
His sleep was disturbed.
But Abby, of course, was super chill. She was just like looking around.
She was excited.
She didn't want to be carried. She just wanted to be on the ground, crawling everywhere. And
so then we got on the flight.
Flight was actually good.
We flew Sri Lankan Airlines.
Seth didn't sleep at all, of course. Abby slept for about 30 minutes. But the thing is, before I go on a trip, I always buy new toys. So I buy the new toys like the day we are leaving, and I hide them from Seth and I pack it all in a bag, and then on the plane I give it to him. So it's like, it's something
brand
new, you know.
Yeah.
Brand new.
There's no point taking their favorite toy because they'd lose interest in it way too fast. But if you have a bunch of like new little things that they can play with, fully engrossed. And of course, you know, we traveled economy. And big thanks to our travel partner, Find My Fare.
Thank you so much. They organized everything from the flights, like ordering the children's meals, like everything was pre-done, you know. So it was amazing.
Awesome. And the economy class was actually really good.
Yeah.
There were TVs as well, so Seth Boy was watching his.
Before that also, we downloaded everything on our phone, like on his iPad.
Fully prepared.
Yeah, fully prepared, you know, just in case.
We had like about 20 shows on each phone, 20 shows on his little
and oh my God, the biggest mistake I made was getting rattles for Abby. Like before that, I was just like, Shehan was just like, don't take it on the flight. I was like,
why you can't take noisy toys? Like, I mean, we're on a plane. If someone else was noisy, we would have a problem with it. And of course, when she opened the bag, the rattles were there. She gave one to Abby, and
she kept shaking.
Yeah, and of course, like the person next to us was just like, hey,
this lady just like said,
can you please not give like, you know, those noisy toys to your kids?
So then at that time, I was like, oh my God, now I don't have anything for her except for this little toy where you can just, you know, pop the pop-in toy. So anyway, I gave her that. We distracted her with different things. Then she slept for at least 40 minutes. But then the rest of the she was up. But we took our nanny as well. So Abby's nanny to help us, and we kept going back and forth. But she just wanted to stick with me. So we kept her, and then Shehan was distracting her. Seth was distracting her. But she was super chill. She was just so excited, and I think she just felt like she was stuck in one place. Because the thing is, Abby is a type who can't stay in one place. She has to be moving somewhere.
There's a castle like the mother.
Yeah. So then at one point, I got up, took her to the back, and then I showed her things. And also, by the way, the staff was actually, the stewards were so nice. Because you're not supposed to take water on the flight. So they really helped with, boiling the water and then giving the normal water. So it was super easy.
It was a good experience overall. Except for the landing, maybe. It was a bit...
It was boom. Very...
And also the kids' ears were getting blocked while we were descending.
But they were not so bad though. No, they didn't cry.
Not so bad, but they were in discomfort.
Not Abby, but Seth was he kept feeling it. I think Abby was just
he's like, Dada, my ears feel funny.
Yeah, but at that time you're supposed to give water, but so we gave Seth some water. Abby, of course, didn't want any water. But I think we should have given it a bit early maybe. But anyway, learning.
So we get there, land in Malaysia. It was what, afternoon?
Yeah, 1:45.
Yeah.
And at this time, it was Abby's food, Seth's food, and we hadn't we couldn't get anything at the airport because the thing is Abby can't have anything with salt. Seth couldn't eat as well, so we were just
we couldn't find chicken nuggets.
So we couldn't find chicken nuggets. So what we did is just gave them milk. Seth, of course, when Shehan went to changed money, he knocked out. Do you remember that? He passed out. Abby was still up, okay? She was fully energized at that point. Then she fell asleep. I think on the way we got to the hotel, right?
Yeah. So we also, did this was a collaboration.
Oh yeah, this is our first
international
collaboration with a hotel, Sunway Resort. Honestly, it meant so much to me because it was a part of our home, and being invited there to take content with your kids, it was honestly amazing. So they actually organized our transport, and for some reason I couldn't find the sign.
Yeah, we walk
I looked
out,
at I'm blind.
And I have Seth in my hand, and I'm pushing a trolley with 4 bags on it, 4 big bags on it. And the nanny has Abiela, and Ashi's job is to now find the person with the sign because they organize the transport. And I'm just just Ashi, look around, and I go and I park the trolley, and she's walking, wandering off, looking, and I turn around to where we just came from, and I see a sign that says Asherah Gomez, and I was like, hey, it's here.
Thing is, I actually can't see. I need glasses.
Yeah,
I really need glasses. But anyway, so we got to.
So we got our transport and we made it to the hotel in about an hour. It's an hour from the airport to Sunway. Get to the resort, and wow, it was beautiful, more beautiful than I remembered.
And the smell, it's I remembered the smell of that place. It was crazy.
Honestly,
just
they
getting there.
It's so
it's
nice.
Nuts, yeah.
Yeah, they haven't changed their smell since 10 years ago. So nostalgic. And then we checked in. They organized a water venture room for us, which is a kid-oriented room.
Oh my God, it was awesome.
The room is on a level where when you open your balcony doors, you walk out into a mini water park with slides and the works water features, water guns, everything you can think of.
Anything that a kid
right
would
outside your room. And guys, pools are like a kid's cocaine. They get so addicted to it. All they want to do is spend time in the pool. So you can best believe for 3 days I was in a pool one way or another. So guys, we have some awesome news as well. Smoothie has come on board as a partner for our podcast. And they have some amazing products.
For moms, for pregnant moms, for newborns, just basically everything that is available in Sri Lanka, and they also ship worldwide. So
from mosquito repellent to lactation, teething stuff,
everything,
all sorts of products. So please do check them out. For those of you watching on YouTube, there's a link below that you can click to head straight on over to their site. And for those of you listening in, please use the code ALLG. ALLG. And now back to the episode.
Morning, afternoon.
Yeah, whenever there was a chance.
Whenever
there was a chance.
But
so we checked in.
And then they took us around and they showed us a few of the things, that they had there. And
the first thing we did was we went to the mall.
Yeah, we went to the mall.
Sunway Pyramid.
And that's the perfect thing because it was linked to the hotel.
Yeah,
so
you can literally, it's a 5-minute walk at most.
Yeah.
I walk pretty fast, so it's faster than that. But like 5 minutes, you are inside the mall. And one of our favorite restaurants from way back was this place called Dragon Eye.
Oh my gosh.
So
good.
It's as soon as you enter the mall from the resort, it's just there. So we were like, hell yeah, we're having lunch here. Had a good Chinese diet.
Gave Seth some.
Seth enjoyed
Yeah,
their food
he loved
as well.
it. He ate chicken fried rice. Abby, of course, we couldn't give anything, so we gave a steam.
got steamed rice.
Yeah, we just gave a steamed rice because there's like salt in the other food, so she couldn't really have that. And it's so difficult to explain. You can't make this. You have to make this, but no salt, no pepper, no spices. So it was just like, okay, no, just give her steamed rice, which she actually really loves. So yeah, she smashed that. And then before we wanted to start anything, Shehan was like, Seth needs a haircut. He really needs to get a haircut. And
I forgot
we
that.
went looking around. First, actually, we went to the arcade, and you told me to go around looking for
a place to cut his hair.
So
the arcade. We spent about at least 10 hours at the arcade, as in over the entire trip. Seth and I were just there playing games non-stop.
Yeah. I was walking around the mall doing a little bit of shopping.
Yeah,
so anyway,
I also did that to give her time to. No, I'm just kidding. I love being at the arcade.
Yeah, he was like,
we were just like, you go shop. We're gonna be playing here. So
but yeah, we went. I found a place to get a haircut. It was so cute.
Yeah,
it was adorable.
I didn't like it at first, but
it grew on us.
It grew and then it grew on us.
But yeah, he nicely sat. He was eating a lollipop, so that he was fully distracted. It's massive lollipop, no? From where?
Yeah, one of those like the ones you see in cartoons, the rainbow colored circles.
So he had all over his mouth. There was hair on it.
Yeah, there was hair on his
he
lollipop.
Was just eating and can't clean it also because it was sticky. So it was just like, I just eat it. It's okay with hair. But yeah, so then afterwards did we have dinner?
That day we had Macca's.
Yes, we had McDonald's.
Yeah, we went to McDonald's.
So went to McDonald's.
And had an easy day, so just called it a night there.
Passed out.
Yeah.
And we had a little tent for Abby.
It's a blackout tent.
Yeah.
So you put it over the cot and absolutely no light gets in.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Yeah.
She sleeps through the night.
And Seth slept with the two of us on the bed. Abby was next to us. We had
we took turns with Seth over the days.
Because it was twin beds.
Yeah, no, it was two queen size beds.
Yeah, two queen size beds.
So Seth was on one. He was on with me on one day and with her on a different day.
So we were super exhausted actually. We slept like a baby, all of us.
Yeah, those beds were really good too.
So amazing.
Yeah, and then day 2, so we wake up.
7 a.m. sharp.
Yeah.
I put the alarm for 7 a.m. but I just kept like snoozing it for like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, but then we went for breakfast.
Yeah, but we woke up and Abby had fever. So I remember she got a cold, she got a cough, and then fever on the second day. I was like,
enough to trip Asherah.
I was like, oh my god, why is she having this? Like, because Seth was anyway sick. He had a cough, but he had gotten over his cold and his fever. But she, I guess, got it from him. So she was dosed with medicine. She wasn't allowed to get into the pool.
Yeah, I said just put her in the pool, she'll get better. But
no,
nobody listens to me.
So yeah, anyway, we had breakfast and
then we went to Water Venture, which is the water park just outside our room.
Yeah, we just walked out and it was just
Seth was having a ball there. We played
for about an hour. Too, right?
And then we went to the downstairs pool as well, right? And then we went to Wonderland Explorers.
Yeah, we did.
So the hotel has this really cool thing actually. It's like a play area for kids. They've got a PS5 first of all, which was thrilling, but I didn't get to play. They have a slides with ball pit, and they also have like Legos and stuff and
they
other
have actually
toys.
Each day.
Yeah, and they have activities planned for the kids at which is like scheduled. So there's cooking classes. There's a
arts
greenhouse where they learn to farm. There's arts and crafts, like so many different activities.
So many different things, which is awesome.
A movie
like,
night,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it was really cool. Of course, Seth was too small to enjoy the other things, but he had a lot of fun at
my God, yeah. Even Abby,
anyway.
she was obsessed and she went down the slide. She was just having the time of her life. And her little socks kept coming out. Cute, man.
Yeah. But she had fun.
Yeah, she had.
And then we put the kids to sleep for the afternoon nap and went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
Yeah.
So Sunway Resort has a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Beautifully, tastefully done, of course. It was a really nice experience, and the food was something else.
It was amazing. And I don't know, for some reason I ordered this pasta.
You would think now, she's the type of person who get an egg with ice cream if she could, right? But you would think, like, she eats egg with pasta all the time. But you wouldn't think that at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant they would be serving pasta with an egg.
Oh, it was
what
so
are
good.
The chances? She ordered the pasta. It didn't even say egg, really.
I think in the description it said something egg, pasta, something, but I didn't expect
a fried egg on top of the pasta.
So suddenly it came and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, I was
was
so happy.
Thrilled. And I had a burger which was phenomenal.
Amazing. And a cocktail as well, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was just so it had elderflower in it, so I was like, hell yeah, that sounds like something out of a video game. I'm going to drink it for sure. So this was
all a part of Sunway Resort. Like this Gordon Ramsay's restaurant is in the Sunway Resort hotel.
Yeah.
So
so they invited us for lunch, and it was a really nice experience.
Amazing.
Enjoyed the food so much. Service was perfect.
Yeah. And then woke the kids up, and then we just had the rest of the day at the mall. And
oh yeah, but the mall, Sunway Pyramid.
Oh, you remember? Oh yeah. What? The digger and
Sunway Pyramid Mall was just amazing for kids.
There's so much to do.
There's so much shopping and all going on. Yeah, but there's so many activities. There was this one area that literally had carnival rides inside
it was so cool.
The mall. The ship that rocks from side to side like a pendulum. Then a teacup that keeps turning and tilting. And then they had these kid-sized diggers where you could actually operate it and dig sand.
Yeah.
It was sick.
Seth is obsessed.
Yeah, I know. And then duck catching games with a fishing rod. Like a proper carnival. So we spent a lot of time there doing all those activities.
Yeah, just taking content a bit.
Of course.
Then of course shopping a little bit as well.
And then we put the kids to sleep.
Yeah, and we had 2 hours. So
every day, 8 o'clock kids go to sleep. We've got till 10 o'clock to do our shopping.
So 3 floors we were just running. I don't think I've run that much.
Yeah, she never walks fast unless it's shopping. For the 3 days, I was like, damn, she's keeping pace with me and all. When we got to the airport at the end, I'm walking and I look back and she's just like...
I'm just exhausted, after all that. But anyway.
So that was day 1. That was the end of day 1, which is Monday. Then...
Day 2.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday, what did we do?
Day 2, Tuesday. Oh my goodness. What did
Tuesday was when we went to that place, Parenthood.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. Another place for kids connected to the Pyramid Mall is this place called Parenthood. And it's amazing. It's a huge play park with slides from everywhere, tunnels to crawl through,
it was,
climbing
huge,
walls. Then there's this big touch screen where kids can throw balls at it and you get points and stuff.
Yeah,
so it was just amazing.
Just amazing. Yeah, so many things in there to do. We were there for about an hour or 2, I think.
And you remember Seth? So Seth found this button, right? and he was having fun pressing this button because it made the thing go round like a merry-go-round. He was standing on it and he's pressing the button. Abby somehow gets on this thing and now she goes and she gets up.
Now
and
he can see her coming.
He sees her, so he covers the button now. Right? He's just covering it. And she goes and now she's looking at him from the other side of the table. And he presses the button and then covers it again.
No,
she slowly makes her way around, grabs his hands and tries to move it. So and then he's like, Abby, no.
Nangi, stop it. No, go away.
She just puts her finger up.
And no, she literally screams at him. And
he started crying.
And then he got up and just ran to me and said, Mama, Nangi shouted at me. And she's just nicely just staring at him.
Yeah, plus
then I told her, like,
no
button. Shouting at Aya.
Yeah, we got to show him that we discipline her too, even though she's still too small. But
oh my, she's a character though. Oh my God! And sometimes when we scold her, she actually scolds us, but she's like, like that. She always, it's so cute.
It's adorable.
But yeah, she also went on a slide by herself. I almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, so I told Ashi to take her up onto the slide and send her down. I'll wait at the bottom. And it was a decently big slide, but it's made of plastic. Like, the kid just comes down, you know, nothing's going to happen. This one's now at the top, like this, looking around, looking at the other parents. Like, am I supposed to do this? You know, and then I'm like, at the bottom, like, just send her down now. And then she lets her go and then grabs her hand while she's sliding. And then Abiella's like this on the slide, you know, like about to break a limb. And I'm like, just let her go. That's worse what you're doing. And then she let her go and she came down. And when she got to the bottom, she was thrilled.
Laughing.
Yeah, and then she went on like other tinier slides by herself.
Yeah, face
like
down.
Face first. She just, you know, dove straight into it. But yeah, it was a nice experience. Like Abby also kind of, you know, now getting into the stage where she can enjoy these things. So it was super fun.
Yeah, that's what we did at we did Parenthood, right? Yeah. Hotel, water park. I mean, we basically swam.
And then, yeah, of course, like
went back
like
to
I
the
said,
pool. Yeah.
You can just imagine that every day we were in the pool. At some point or the other, we were in the pool. I had to, you know, go on each slide at least, I would say, a good 30 times, and there were about 10 slides, so that's like 300 times.
Yeah.
And Seth has like crazy energy. Well, of course, he's 2 years old, right?
He's just running up and down. Abby, of course.
But it's also good because they get so exhausted and fall asleep like this when they need to, you know?
Yeah.
So that was good. And what did we have for dinner that day?
Dinner that day, I think we
went to that chicken rice.
So not chicken rice. Now I assumed that they would have like steam.
Oh wait, day 2 lunch was. Oh no, day 1 lunch was Gordon Ramsay. Day 2 lunch was Taylor's. We forgot that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for lunch, we went back to our university because at our university there was this restaurant called Face to Face. The noodles there are phenomenal.
Amazing.
It's beyond belief amazing. And like, so we were talking about 10, 11 years ago when we ate there last, and we went back.
It was still good.
Still the same.
And Taylor's hadn't changed. I mean, it had changed a lot though, actually, right?
What do you mean? Nothing
like
had
some
changed?
of the restaurants, like middle place, where I used to work, the hotel. I don't think that was there anymore.
You're right.
But
you know, it may have just been a sign. Like I don't know if it was even there. But
hey guys, just want to take a second and shout out my YouTube page, Asherah Gomez. That's where I post all about lifestyle and travel.
And also, please check out our Patreon. We hope to post more behind-the-scenes content of our daily lives. So please subscribe and show your support. Cheers. You know, it was so nostalgic going back to university, seeing where we used to hang out. You know, kind of realized we were old at that point.
Yeah, man. Actually, 11 years ago.
Yeah, I went feeling like a student, and then I was like, shit, these people look like children.
Yeah, they're like 20, 19.
Yeah, we're 32.
I still feel young.
Of course. I think everyone feels young. It's just that you get called old, you know, when by younger people. Because I was calling 30-year-olds old when I was in my early 20s.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm 30, you know. Shit.
So
yeah, we had lunch at Taylor's, and that day dinner was chicken rice.
Yeah, chicken rice.
And they didn't have steam rice.
So I was just like, okay, you know what? What's going to happen to her? She's going to be 1 in a month, and then she can have salt. So I was like, just great, just give her chicken rice.
I mean, you know, if these people aren't going to give us steam rice, like, there's no point fighting it or trying to go somewhere else. It's just, you know, the garlicky rice, the chicken rice itself, you were like, let's feed her.
She smashed the whole thing. Oh my God. The whole thing,
it was like, it was like giving candy to a kid, you know. She was just...
Seth smashed it.
Actually,
Remember,
they
he
both
was
loved
he was eating it with his hand and
But that's the power of chicken rice.
Yeah,
and it's such a simple dish, but it's just so
I'm sorry,
fire.
thinking about it. It's so good. It was really good. Yeah. So gave them that. We also had we had dinner. We every night we had a very early dinner, like 6:30. That's because then at 8 o'clock we can shop a bit. Then we waste time eating.
Once the kids are asleep, no wasting time eating. Even if I was starving, I wouldn't get to stop.
So then had dinner there. Then went back to the arcade, of course. Had to go there.
So remember, those two things were staple every day: water park or pool, and the arcade. You know, we spent so much time there. I won like so many tickets that you can buy things with. We got a LED writing tablet. We got a Game Boy that literally has 400 old school games in it. Like, it's got Super Mario, it's got Contra, it's got Tank. I don't know if you guys have even heard of these games, but these are things that I played when I was like 8-9 years old. So it was so nostalgic and it was so cool to win. And of course, I went to the claw machine and won 3 more soft toys for our collection. Gosh, it was so hard sometimes, I think, to take Seth away from the arcade. But it's like, you just have to make him understand, like, you just have to give him
the first day, of course, he screamed and threw a massive tantrum.
First day we didn't do it right.
We didn't do it right. Then we realized, okay, we need to tell him in advance, you know.
We say, okay, you get to play 5 more games. So then he goes, okay, now 4 more. Okay, now 3 more. And that way, you know, when you ease them into it, they're prepared for it, and it's much less of a tantrum. Obviously, patience is the strongest suit you need when it comes to raising kids, for sure. And I have a lack of it, to be honest. But like, I'm learning, and I've realized that when you are patient, it's just so much easier. It's not.
You just need to talk to them.
Like even at the airport going, you know, Seth was being a bit fussy. Going through the metal detectors and putting the bags and all, and he was in a daze with the lack of sleep. And of course, we were also a bit agitated at that time because of going while we were going, right? So because we were late and, you know, blah blah blah. So I was also not handling it properly. But like later on, like, I just realized, you know, if I just take a moment to stop and talk to him and, you know, just be patient in that moment, everything gets so much easier. So then
the third day was
the third day was Sunway Lagoon.
Big water
I know
park.
everything has the name Sunway in it, but that's just their brand, you know. They literally built like a city called Sunway, and like everything in it. It was a mine before. I can't remember what mine, but it was a huge mine. So they built this water park inside the mine. So like, that's why it's at so many different levels going down. And the water park was amazing, Sunway Lagoon.
Oh my gosh. And that day I thought to myself, okay, this is the last day, I'm just going to put Abby in. Otherwise, sin. I felt so bad.
And she had such a good time.
She had the time of her life. She's just jumping everywhere, splashing.
Like Seth was in Dubai when we took him to Atlantis.
He had the time.
He was also like 1, right?
11 months, same.
11, so same age.
She had the time of her
proper
life.
Proper water babies, to be honest. So Abiela had a lot of fun. Seth had a great time too. But of course, that day was really tiring because this was really sunny, and we were walking from, you know, from area to area, trying the different features that they had. Seth kind of got upset that he couldn't do the bigger slides because he didn't meet the height requirement. And of course, you know, I don't think I would have put him on it anyway. We just used the height requirement as the excuse, but he's still a bit too small for those.
For sure,
you
know? My God, no. I would have had a mini heart attack.
Because like, I was like, I have to do one, you know, I can't like come to Sunway Lagoon and not do at least one of the slides. So I went on it, and when I got to the bottom, he was crying. He was like,
cried.
You know, I want to go.
I want to go. And I was like, oh my gosh.
So he said we'll definitely come back.
When he's a little bit older.
And a little bit taller. Looking forward to it for sure. So Sunway Lagoon was super fun. We had lunch there.
No, we didn't have lunch there.
No, where did we have lunch?
We only had chips there. We couldn't because the kids were so exhausted. So then we just came back straight and they went to sleep. They had a nap. And
we went to the mall.
We, of course, went shopping a little bit. That last day, we...
because by the first 2 days, we figured out what we wanted and where we wanted to go.
We had to finish all our content that we had, you know, agreed with. Did all that, and then the last day, we were like, okay, you know what? let's
shopping.
do some shopping, like proper shopping.
Yeah. So got some new threads. And then that day in the evening, we went to Black Tap.
Ooh, yes. So Black Tap is also part of Sunway Resort. That's another restaurant that they have that had like crazy burgers, crazy shakes.
Yeah, I had
oh my god.
Wagyu beef burger with blue cheese. Oh,
yeah, the food was just amazing there. And oh my god, we had these shakes that was like for dessert. We couldn't finish it. We had like a chocolate brownie shake, a cheesecake.
Yeah, I had a chocolate brownie shake and she had a cheesecake shake.
Oh my god.
And like when they brought it to us, I was just like, how are we even supposed to drink this? Like there's literally a cheesecake on top of the drink. And they're like, oh no, this is for Instagram. And then once you've taken your pictures, you're supposed to move the cake off and then drink the drink. I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense.
But it was so good. Oh my god. Sethus enjoyed the chicken tenders there. He really loved it.
But like the food and the drinks were just
staffers was so sweet.
Yeah.
Super.
They were having a ball. We asked them to do some content for us.
Yeah, they took sweet. And the guy, I loved how they were just singing. You know, remember that one guy who had a really nice voice? Yeah. But that was really awesome. That was so much fun. And then after that, we headed back.
Put the kids to sleep and went shopping.
One last round, and then we came back and then started packing everything.
We forgot to tell about Seth's Toys R Us run.
Oh my god!
So we took Seth to Toys R Us. I mean, of course, the first time we've taken him to a proper toy shop. Let's just say, I mean, outside of Sri Lanka. So we took him to Toys R Us, and he was thrilled. He was just zooming down the aisles, looking at everything, and then suddenly I hear him shouting, "Dada, dada, dinosaurs!" So I go, and there's a whole bunch of dinosaurs, you know, on the racks, and he's just like, "I want this, I want this, I want this." I was like, no. You can't take so many. You got to pick one dinosaur. Which one do you want? And this kid
looks at everything
and goes and picks this massive dinosaur.
The most ugliest, scariest, disgusting
that's about
one.
like it's tall as my knee. Ugh. And it's about at least I would say 3 feet long. It's huge. So I was like, okay, you know, I told you can pick one and you can have it. So go for it. And then he's like, okay, and he gives it to me and he runs off again.
And I was just like, why are we getting this? No, I don't want it.
Yeah, now she's arguing about the dinosaur. And I'm like, actually, no, we said we'll let him pick what he wants. Yeah. He picked this, so he gets it, right? And then suddenly, like, we're just like, Seth, where are you?
We're shouting.
Yeah, we're shouting, and then we see him. He's coming back with like this, with a massive gun in his hand.
Like it's bigger than him. He's taken it from the top. It would have fallen on his head.
Yeah, he's grabbed when I went there, this thing was on a higher shelf, so he would have grabbed it like this, and he's carrying it and walking like staggering towards us. And Ashi is just like, okay, Shehan, no way. He got the big dinosaur, no big gun. So I was like, shit, okay. I took the gun and I was like, Baba, this gun is way too big. Can we go and pick a smaller gun, please? So we get to the gun section and then he looks and he's like, okay, Dad, I'll take this one. And he picked the smallest gun they had. I was like, hell no, I feel so bad right now. You're getting this big gun. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Mom has no say in the matter.
I was like, I looked at them and I was like, oh my God.
And you know why she was the most distraught? Because he was taking up her packing room for sure. That's why she had a problem with it. I was
stressed about our weight. I was like, now we're getting...
They're made of plastic.
Oh,
they
please.
weigh like
you never know.
a tenth of your clothes.
Don't be silly.
100%. So like we had to dedicate one bag just for the toys.
Oh my God. One side actually.
Yeah,
it was just one side.
Yeah, she pushed it to one side also somehow.
Get out of here, man. Joker.
But yeah, so then...
Abby also got a little bit of toys and water bottles. And yeah, it was really nice because, you know, Seth going to a shop and just realizing, oh my gosh, toys.
It was so cute to see.
It was so cute, yeah.
And definitely like a memory that I love, you know.
Yeah, so then anyway, the last day we came back after the mall, packed till about 12:31. We were up packing, just making sure that everything's there because we had to leave the next day at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything was pretty much done. It was pretty
and
easy.
Then the next day, you know, so the next day when we were leaving, the two girls that actually organized the entire trip for us came to meet us, Caitlin and
Elisa, oh my gosh, yeah. They were so sweet, and like I kept telling them like how much it like meant to me that, like that they had organized this whole trip, and it was so nostalgic. And oh my god, I went back to the place that we used to stay at the duplex.
Oh yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, they had like these villas where you could rent it out for long periods of time. Yeah. So that's where we lived initially when we got there, because we couldn't find accommodation.
Yeah, the first 4 months of uni.
So yeah, lots of nostalgic
things. It was just amazing. So like I kept like thanking you, and I told them, if you ever come to Sri Lanka, you have to let me know, that we'll host
you. We'll take care of you. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was awesome. Like Malaysia was just absolutely amazing, and like I honestly can't wait to go back
again.
Yeah, for sure. Next year, definitely.
One thing for damn sure, they have the best food. And it's so cheap.
Yeah, like, everything.
I just wanted to eat, like, more than I could. Like, I'm not even a good eater, but I just wanted to eat everywhere.
Yeah, it was just so good.
And then the flight back was pretty easy.
Pretty good.
Once again, I'd learned to be patient from the first trip, and
let him coming back.
We were just really patient with them, and it was a breeze. We had a ball.
We just have to let them do their own thing, because also they can't be so like stuck in one place. I mean,
the one thing though you need to know is that you can't do shopping with kids.
100%.
Don't even try.
Yeah, no,
it's just
I feel you feel unfair. So bad. Yeah,
it's unfair to them as well, because they're sitting around like what is this? I'm supposed to just go to each shop and look around.
Yeah,
and then if they try to run around, you have to say, hey, no, don't run around.
Yeah. So it's like
we learned that in Singapore, which is why when we came to Dubai. When we came to Malaysia, we realized, okay, we need to put the kids to sleep if we want to go shopping, which is what we did.
But overall, we had the most amazing time, and like the kids had a blast. Like Seth still talks about it, and he's like, we can't wait to go to the hotel.
Thank you so much to Find My Fare for being our travel partners, and for Sunway Resort for hosting us. It was a dream come true.
100%, yeah.
And we're excited to do more in the future. I hope you guys really enjoyed our little story.
This is something new, actually, that we did in this podcast.
Yeah, and let us know if you'd like to hear more of our experiences in our daily lives and like what's going on. And we'd love to share it with you.
And like we always say,
it's all G.
This podcast is a Creator Cast production.